Hey everyone, it's Rick Trujillo, Director of Cloud Services Pre-Sales and Connected Workforce here at MicroAge, and welcome to December of 2021. Now, if you're a MicroAge client and you've attended previous video sessions on our site, welcome back. We hope you're finding these sessions informative. And if you are new, I want to welcome you, and I hope you please take some time to review my previous vlog where we demystified some of Microsoft's upcoming pricing and pricing program changes slated for 2022. Today, I want to take a little bit more time with Microsoft as it relates to some recent product and naming convention changes with certain key Microsoft products and how it affects you. I would like to first start with Microsoft Teams. So first, let me set the stage by talking about the Teams Exploratory license. The Teams Exploratory license is a free trial license that was offered for up to 300 users for Microsoft Teams, and it could be assigned to users not currently licensed with a plan that included Microsoft Teams. The expiration dates for the Exploratory license would vary. It depended on when you originally provisioned the Exploratory license. Now, your options would be to let the trial expire and not have Teams for those users, or upgrade those users to a Microsoft 365 or Office 365 plan that included Teams. But starting on December 1st, the Microsoft Teams Essentials license has reached general availability. Now, this is a Teams only license for up to 300 users. Now, some use cases to consider would be if you're still on-prem with Office Pro Plus, or you have no plans on moving to Office 365 anytime soon, but you want a cost-effective way to give Teams to those users, you can use the Teams Essentials license. If you have frontline workers that don't necessarily require all of the Office 365 or Microsoft 365 products, but they need to experience the benefit of Microsoft Teams, those clients that might be using G Suite or other non-Microsoft productivity software, and they need the benefits of Microsoft Teams for business-to-business collaboration, or your business just prefers to use Teams for internal use, the Teams Essentials license is great for those use cases. Now, this sells for $4 per user per month. This does not include voice products like audio conferencing, phone system, and so on. Those are still separate products. But the Teams Essential license is limited in cloud storage. It's only 10 gig versus the 1 terabyte that users get with a full Microsoft 365 plan that includes Microsoft Teams. Teams Essentials does not include advanced security features like conditional access, DLP, and information protection. Remember, you'll need to purchase those services with other add-on licenses, or just simply upgrade to a plan that includes those other products. But just remember, the Teams Essentials is a great low-cost upgrade for your expiring Teams Exploratory license. Now, the next thing to consider with Microsoft Teams is that the phone license and calling plan are set to be sold as a bundle starting in January of 2022. And the business voice bundle, that combines audio conferencing, phone license, and domestic calling for up to 300 users is set to be phased out on February 28th of 2022. So why are they making these changes? Well, the reason for these changes is that the very popular audio conferencing license, which allows for meeting organizers to provide a dial-in number for those attendees in Teams meetings, will now come bundled with Microsoft 365 and Office 365 plans that include Teams. Now, that is set to start in March of 2022. This is actually great news in that you will now receive audio conferencing in your plan instead of having to pay extra for the audio conferencing license. But remember, some of these core Office 365 and Microsoft 365 licenses are set to experience a price increase in March 1st of 2022. I detailed this in my previous video, so the incorporation of audio conferencing probably has something to do with that price increase. All right, now let's talk about Microsoft Defender. Recently at Ignite, Microsoft announced the new Defender for Business license, which is a license that is set to be included in the Microsoft 365 Business Premium plan starting sometime next year. It can also be purchased standalone for $3 per user per month. Some other recent announcements include a listing of different Defender for Endpoint plans, now called P1 and P2. So all three of these plans are different. The P2 plan is now the rename for the Defender for Endpoint plan that came with any E5 license. But the Defender for Business plan is set to drive a lot of interest for those small to medium business clients that want to cost-effectively leverage endpoint protection that includes endpoint detection and response, or EDR, with Microsoft. This is also a great option to consider when it comes to offsetting costs for other standalone or third-party endpoint protection products you might have in your environment. Finally, there are some naming convention changes to be aware of. Up until recently, the Microsoft 365 Defender lineup included products such as Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Office 365, Defender for Identity, Azure Defender for Servers, Azure Defender for IoT, and Azure Defender for SQL. Another recent renaming will now incorporate other products into the Defender family. Azure Security Center and Azure Defender will now be called Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Cloud App Security, the Microsoft CASB product, will now be called Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps, and Azure Defender for IoT will now be called Microsoft Defender for IoT. So there are now 10 different products that carry the Defender name, which can be confusing. Another small notable outside of the Defender family is the renaming of Azure Sentinel to Microsoft Sentinel. So I think it goes without saying there are a ton of things going on with Microsoft right now, so please consult with a licensed expert at MicroAge. We're happy to help. We can be your trusted partner to help you make informed decisions. So that's it for MicroAge's most recent video update concerning Microsoft products. I appreciate you taking the time, and we will talk to you again very soon.